What is up, guys? Matt here, aka Ice Cold. So I'm gonna bring you some gameplay. This time it's about Path of Exile. Path of Exile is a game by Grinding Gear Games. Not necessarily new, but I think it's pretty new. They released a 1.0 patch recently, and I got back on it. I played this game before, just because I wanted a new thrill. League of Legends wasn't cutting it for me anymore, and here I am. So here I'm going to be telling you about my build, my equips, why I did this, my goals, whatever comes to my mind during this video. So let's start off with my build. So let's walk over here so I don't die. So I started off Scion, as you can see here, and yeah, so let's dive in. So level 1 I got this mana regen, and then I went straight into Shaper, and then I stopped there. I didn't get any of this just yet. And then from there I went up, I got Path to Savant. People are like, oh, why didn't you get the life nodes? It's because I know how to play this game, I know the basics, I don't go full retard and face tank everything I see. So yeah, I got this. And then this was around Brutus time when I finished getting Path of the Savant. So I started going up into here, I get these life nodes. I go this way to the right, so I can get Path of the Warrior, and then I stop. I don't finish these nodes just yet. And then at this time I thought it was okay, so I got all of these projectile nodes for my EK. EK is a spell, but scales off projectiles, cast speed, spell power, and physical damage for some reason. But it just does. That's why I think it just scales so well. And then I got Sentinel, gives me evasion, rating, and armor, 10 all resists. And then from here I wanted to get a little bit more tanky. Tanky is main emphasis of the build as of right now. So from there, right now I have all the way until Path of the Warrior, and then I start going left so I can get the 12% node. And then this is 20% life just from 2 nodes. And then just judging from there, I went this way. I got these nodes, and I rush Iron Reflexes because this is pretty huge. If you get this early, you will not die unless you go full retard, and majestically you die. Alright, but anyway, so I got this, and then I got these 2 accordingly, and then I went and got Thick Skin for this is a pretty huge life node. And then I came back over here, I finished these nodes, and then if you are Scion, and you are HP, any HP, if you are a Marauder, Templar, it doesn't matter, you need to try and get all of these nodes. This is 80% life node, 88% life nodes, just from this wheel alone. That's OP, that's pretty ridiculous, that's why everybody's rolling Scion right now, or at least that's what I think. And then here, you got 3 resist nodes at your dispense, or whatever the word is, and you can just get them accordingly, because everybody's gear is going to be different, you know, everybody prays. I can't even talk because I've tried doing this video 30 times over, but I'm doing it 31st time. And then you have 30, oh my god, 3 resistance nodes that you can get right here. And then if you really do need more resists because your gear sucks, you can get these 3 nodes as well. And if you don't, you should probably try to find some better gear. And then you got life nodes here if you need some more. But at this point, oh, actually I made a mistake. So I get this, and then I get this, and then I get Path of the Warrior, and then I get Harrier, and then I get this. And then I go all the way down here, get all of this over here. And then from there, I go through spell damage from Harrier, I get these dex nodes, pick up Mana Geyser. You don't want this node, it's just a waste. And then after I have all that mana regen, I pick this up, Mind Over Matter. This basically is just a lifesaver. I probably would have died many times before if it wasn't for this node. And then from here, which is where I'm at right now, is I'm gonna go pick up Golem's Blood, and I'm gonna pick up these life nodes up to the 12% life node. And then from there I could either go up this way, into Eldritch Battery, Clear Mind, and then Doomcast. I could go this way, or I could, which I will probably do, is because I always want more HP. Probably get Physique and then Written in Blood, and then I'll go this way, get Bloodthirst, come here, get Mind Drinker, because EK costs a crap load of mana. Especially when I get more links on this, it's gonna cost a hell of a lot of mana. And then there's more life nodes here if you really want them. And then from here you can pick this up. You can go two ways with this. You can go here and go straight to spell power for more crit on spells, or you could go this way and pick up the power charge if you guys opt to use power charges. Oh, and then if you do get this, you could go this way, pick that up, and pick Assassination up. If not, you could just pick up Mind Drinker, you go this way, pick up Spell Power, go this way, Assassination, and then since we will be using added fire later on the build, we will be using Blaze. And then from here, we pick up Mental Acuity. You know, more mana regen, more intelligence, more crit strike, and then more life nodes, and then this right here, and then you don't get this. And then that's as far as I planned, really. And if you really, since I'm using traps as well, I'll show you some gameplay of the traps in a little bit. If you really wanted to, because you have life steal, again I will explain what I have. You could get Vault Pact after you get Golem's Blood if you really want some more of that, but then there wouldn't be really a point in getting Golem's Blood, because this basically gets rid of all your the whole point of getting life regen and using any of these health flasks. But anyways, if you wanted to use more traps, or you want to become a full trap builder, I learned all of this from Pohx, the one who inspired me to do a build like this. You could come here after you get whenever you feel comfortable. You pick up these dex nodes, and then you come get trap damage. You go to the right, he told me, so you get the additional trap, trigger radius, trap damage, and then another trap, blah, blah, blah. And then over here, somewhere over here is I think it's this. Yeah, here it is. I'm so good. You pick this up. It's a huge bonus to your trap damage, and you get 9 traps total if you include the traps you got before. So basically you could throw 3 sets of these. I have again, I'll show you it in a little bit, but yeah, so after I go through here, I got Doomcast, Eldritch Battery, I got Clear Mind, I got Physique, and Blood, yada yada yada. Oh, and then this is right here, Clever Construction. If you wanted to be a completely filled trapper, like you could put EK on trapper if you really wanted to. And then Clever Construction basically makes your traps invincible for 5 seconds after being thrown, because when you start going against rares that have certain nemesis, what is it called, buffs or whatnot, it will tend to, you know, just delete your traps. So with this, you get 5 seconds of leeway. And then got more trap mine damage. Excuse me. And then yeah, that's as far as I planned, I think. You could get these life regens and pick up these life regens if you really wanted more life regen. But I think that's as far as I planned so far, which is quite a ways away. That's like level 80 stuff right there. Anyways, right now we're going into our build. So here we have my weapon. Not the greatest, not the worst. The reason why I'm using it is for the crit chance, global crit chance for spells. Not the best, not the worst. I have my upgrade right here in my inventory, so if I majestically die right now, I'm going to be so mad. So mad. But yeah, this is cute. And then I got this. So yeah, what I have attached to it is hold on. I'm in the Pohx guild right now. That's cute. Anyways, so I have conversion trap and increased duration attached to it. Conversion trap basically makes anything my bitch for the next 10 seconds. Yeah. This can control anything up to a rare, but it cannot control uniques. Just keep that in mind, guys. And then I have Peregrine. At the time being, it was a very good helmet. It gave me a lot of resists to lightning and a lot of armor, and evasion. But evasion now becomes my armor because of iron reflexes. Picked this up at the time because it gave me movement speed, which I really needed. I guess at the time gave me a lot of damage mitigation through armor, and gave me rarity and lightning resistance. And then attached to it I have Bear Trap, increased critical strikes, added fire. Added fire because it scales with anything that does physical damage, and crit strikes just because if this crits, it sets them on fire. And then over here I have my shield. I could not be here where I am today without my shield. It gives me this one gives me some armor, life, pretty good life regen, fire resist, and 2% more block chance, which amounts to 28%, which is very big. Just think about, you know, avoiding getting hit by 1 every 3 spells or attacks. That's pretty good. What I have attached to it is a decoy totem by itself, just cause. So for the most shit moments, I just throw it out there. And then I have reduced mana attached to my clarity, and I'll turn that on right now. Clarity, bam. There. Now you can see my mana regen is now 80 from 28. OP. And then so now we have my necklace. This isn't really the greatest. I have a replacement soon enough. All I need is just to find that certain necklace that I want, and then I'll just smack that on there. So this one gives me some rarity, which is just some extra stuff. You don't need rarity or where is it? Or quantity. I'll get to this later. So, you know, play the game. You know, drops come to you as they come. Starting to lose my voice here because I made this video, 30-minute video, like 5 times over. But yeah, so let's go to the rings. This one gives me some energy shield, which will be nice when I hit Eldritch Battery. High life, some intelligence, a little bit more rarity, and it gives me a decent amount of lightning resist. This one gives me some chaos resist, cold damage, high life, or not really high life, but some decent amount of life, some more health regen, high amount of mana regen, and some more energy shield. Now we go to the chest piece. Chest piece, I know it's only 4 lines, not the greatest, not the worst. I did it because it had life regen, and 1 resist. Resist, eh. What motivates me to wear gear is health and resists. So yeah. Then what I have attached to it is life leech, ethereal knives, faster casting, faster projectiles. You do not want to die. And then since EK does a lot of damage, and it can just hit like a large amount of people, I mean, anything that gets hit in that is going to heal you. Just imagine that. For basically 6% of the damage, and it adds up. So yeah, we have EK, we got faster casting because EK is a spell. And then faster projectiles makes things shoot faster and farther. And then gloves, you know, gives me some life, health regen, energy shield, and then double resists. Pretty good. Would have been better would be if it was evasion and energy shield, so I could get these rolls. And what I have attached to it is my CC, aka Save Me trap. So it's cold snap attached to a trap, so it makes it a trap, and it makes I attach elemental proliferation to it. So if one thing freezes, it'll freeze everything around it. And then since I have 3 traps thanks to multi-trap, it'll basically freeze everything. No, I won't give an example just yet, but... And we have my belt, high life, good strength, good armor, energy shield, lightning resist. Yeah, so I have a lot of lightning resist in this build, which I will change eventually. And this one gives me a lot of mana regen, increased item quantity, 50% fire resist, huge, and then 10 move speed. And attached to it I have temp chains by itself, which slows things down, and then multi traps attached to fire traps. So here's fire trap, see, shoots 3. There's the cold snap, shoots 3, and then I can only have 6 out at a time because I do not have those other masteries. So yeah, if I throw them out like that, they'll just break over each other. And then, if this was a blue socket right here, I would replace it with Enfeeble, no doubt. Enfeeble is absolutely godsend. Enfeeble, it's just OP. It's just very OP. So, yeah. Get back on clarity. And then, my flasks. So I got Dispel, Frozen and Chilled. You do not want to get frozen. You do not want to get chilled. I have increased charge recovery. It's alright. What I did to roll these flasks was I just bought a flask and then I crafted it myself using alterations, transmutations, and augmentation orbs. And then I kept rolling until I rolled which like the special ones like Dispels, like Dispel Bleeding, Curses, Frozen and Chilled, and then I just augmented it, so I just got whatever was on top and I just dealt with it. So this one is Frozen and Chilled. This one is immunity to curses, and which is pretty cute because I also have a 100% increased recovery on low life. And this one's remove bleeding, very important. Let me move this around real quick. And then we have my movement speed. This is 72% movement speed, or not 72. Reading the wrong number. It's 69% movement speed. So on top of my 16, I go super fast. I'm going nuts. So yeah. And here I got a bleeding. You already seen that. And then this one is just for when I'm spamming my attacks. And since mind over matter, the damage you take is taken out of your mana pool. You need a lot of mana regen, and then this helps a lot with your mana regen. So yeah, so I'll show you a little bit of gameplay with it. Hopefully I don't die or I'm going to cry. And then I'll show you like a group of mobs so I can show you elemental proliferation. Perfect timing. So here, if like let's say these were different mobs other than zombies that was getting my ass whooped, I'd usually cast Enfeeble or temp chains, and then I throw this to keep the DPS up, and then I throw that, and then they would usually get frozen, but there they'd be like that, except they would all get frozen at a time. So here, volatile Stormblood. If these guys die, they'll explode. So let's see if I can get this on him. Will he fight for me? Now he's fighting for me. Yeah. Now he's just beating everything up. So I'd cast Temp Chains, Fire Trap. There, they all get frozen, and I just go nuts. And when they're by themselves, I cast my single target DPS, which is Bear Trap. Have him walk into it. He can't move. And then look, I'm just pooping on him. I avoid them because they explode just like that. And then Decoy Totem. Last piece of my build. Or for now. So let's say I'm getting raped. Like, oh shit. You know. I'll basically use Enduring Charge, get them off me, and then you can do your combo, you know, melt them. Yada yada yada. Is that everything? Yeah, that's temp chains basically. This guy's just invisible to traps. On easy mode. Well, just keep. This is a complete act under me, so that's why it's so easy. But anyways, that's my build, and hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching.
Rock my own kick game, 8-figure deal.